going to be tough. 8 different limiteds and potentially more than a few thousand people having to grind for all this. In how many days? Just 3 days. Oh, that's tough. That's rough. And the worst part is that all of these cars themselves are actually worth 167.5 million bucks, all combined together. That's a big deal. That is absolutely huge. $167.5 million within 3 days. Is it possible? No, it's not. I'm gonna be real with you. That's just not possible. Now I'm way too late in making this video for that to even be possible. But here's something that may be able to get you a few limited, if not all. They can bring you a couple, right? I mean, how bad is just a couple? So that's what this video is all about. I'm gonna try and help you guys in getting at least a couple of cards. So of course, here we go with the tips. Number 1, drive your best cars. Now this one's kind of obvious because why would you not drive your best car? But people miss out the point. Your best cars are your best cars because they actually earn you the most money. People are gonna be like, oh, that's quite obvious, man. Well, here's a little bit of an example. Let's say you got something like the Devo. Now the Devo pays $3,169 per mile. That's cool. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. Now let's go a little cheaper. Let's say you got something like the Ford GT right over here, or whatever it's called, whatever. This pays only $2,958. Now, that's not that big a deal because it's like what? Not like $300 difference, and $300 should not matter in this game that much. But if you add it up to the bigger picture, it is going to be different. So, $2,958. Let's multiply by just 100. Just 100 will make $290,000. That's quite a lot. It's quite good. But the Devo could make you $300,000 and $16,000, almost $17,000. That's quite a big deal. That's about 20 grand of a difference. Now, and as you keep increasing as you keep going with time, that's quite a big difference. Now, let's go ahead and multiply by, let's say 100,000. So 3,000 into 100,000, 2,958 into 100,000. But how much is that going to be? That's $295 million. Cool. But if then you could get $317 million if you grind with the Devo. It's a big deal. It's a huge difference. So use your best cars and refrain from don't be all people like, oh, I like this car, oh, I like that car. No, that's not gonna get you anywhere. Okay, that's not gonna get you any money. If you want to do that, then forget about getting any limited here. But of course, if you want to grind, then use your best cars. And of course, if you got any game passes, then yeah. If you got any of these older, and if you're lucky enough, these cars have been around for I think 3 more days already. So if you're lucky enough and you got something like the Bully or the Chiron Super Sport, use them to grind. Use them. Do not use something like an SSK Quadra in-game name, obviously, or the Venom Poison F5. That's not good enough because the Bully and the Chiron Super Sport will make you easily way more money. But if you're someone who's got a Jesco Absolute, do not go to use the Bully because Jesco Absolute easily will make more money. So you get what I'm saying? Use your best card. Best card in this case means the one that is at the bottom, and you gotta of course do that. So the Jesco Absolute makes $2,700. Dollars, and this right here makes only $3,200. That's a big deal. That's $500. Those $500 can get extremely expensive as you go on with time. So be smart. Next thing you want to do is use codes. This is tip number 2, and codes actually help a lot. If you're lucky enough, and if you haven't used any codes at all, then you could actually use up all the codes that are currently working right now and get more than $1 million, guys. $1 million within the span of what? 2 minutes? That's a big deal. That's actually quite a big deal because I don't think it's even possible because you can't sell money. You can't sell cars in this game. Quite literally, you can't sell. I've got the LVN right now. I'm not going to be able to sell this car. So that's a big deal. And codes, of course, they're super helpful. Every update has at least like 1 code come in, and that's quite normal. And if you guys really need a list of codes that you can't find anywhere, then I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check out any codes you need. So yeah, that's that. And make sure you try every code because a lot of these codes actually have a ton of money. For example, there's one code right here which gives out which is called Snow Plow. It gives 100 grand. That's a ton of money when you're grinding. Every dollar counts at that point. So yeah, do that. Of course, use codes. That's a big deal. Number 3 has got to be smart. Now, being smart in this case it means quite a little different than the first tip. Now, being smart, what I mean is that you do grind for money and do the event at the same time. Now, this event, look at this. You need a ton of money to get a ton of money, a ton of candies, a lot of this. So what you need to grind a lot. And the best thing right now, the best race possible to do has got to be the Christmas race. Why the Christmas race? Well, the Christmas race pays you good money and it also gives you candy. So you'll be able to do an event and you'll be great and you'll be even doing stuff, you know. Now you'll be able to do an event, you'll actually be earning money as well, and this pays some good money. It takes a while. It's not the best paid race in the game, but it's still good money, and you'll, you know, and it's not just the race rewards. Remember, you get money from driving as well. So if I do a 5-lap race around the highway, and I get something like $13,000. That's not all I'm making just from 5 laps. I'm probably going to make another 200 grand just by driving. So you got to think like that, and you always got to remember that you're making money everywhere you go. Tip for you is that you got to get your best cars in your dealership. Now, whatever dealership you may have, try to get as many of the spots. So look at this. Over here, you've got about 9 platforms. Look at this. Platform 9 is the last one that you can get. So 9 platforms, put your best ever card. Look at this. I got the Absolute over here. I got the Jera RS over here. The Chiron Super Sport, the Bully. Best cards I can possibly have are all over here. That's what you got to do. Just keep your best cards. You'll be able to make a ton of money that you possibly never thought you could make, you know? And that makes you even more money, and that's one thing you need to know. If you're not racing, if you're just trusting all about, you know, if you're just trusting, you know, AFK grinding, how does AFK grinding work? It works based on the dealership money. It does not work based on your car. You don't get money just by staying, you know, parked up. That's not how, you know, that's not how CDT works. You do get money for the dealership. Now again, so that's one thing you want to do. You want to keep your dealership full and with the best cars you own. First top 9. So if you got these full, you know, these 9 cars, you know, all the way over here from here to the end. If these are your top 9 cars, place them in. That's how you do it. An extra bonus tip that people really like, you know, kind of ask me is that how to do AFK grinding. How do you do AFK grinding? I've actually done AFK grinding quite a lot. Well, I used to do it. Now I don't really do much of AFK grinding. But what you want to do is stay around your laptop or PC or whatever device you're using. You still got to do the race. You still got to be there, you know, because the thing is, if you do not, you know, if you're not around your device, if you just stay away from it for like an hour or two, it's not going to work. At least, you know, there's some people who've got cheats or some codes that will, you know, get them passed through or whatever. But you know that, you know, if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to waste time like that on looking for one of those, then just do what I say. If you're working, let's say if you play on your laptop and you're working on your laptop, you're doing homework or anything, just turn on the game, sit in your best car wherever you want, just spawn it, you know, and park up anywhere you want, okay? And then just, you know, go to the other tab, start working, that's all. Just, you know, do AFK grinding. Every 15 minutes, just revisit the game tab, because you don't want to lag out, you know, 20 minutes or so, you'll be kicked out of the game for inactivity. And also, the game stops, you know, making money, you know, for you. The dealership stops working after like 10 minutes or so. So, you know, your money will be frozen, and you're spending hours in the game, you know, possibly even, you know, damaging your round, while you're not even making a single dollar. So how to unfreeze your money is just to, you know, if you're parked up over here or something, you know, you know, and you get, you know, money's frozen, 10 minutes later you come back, money's frozen, you know, just exit the car and enter the car back. It shows that activity is restored again, and the dealership gets this message. That means that you're going to start earning money all of a sudden again. Then you can go AFK again. It's that easy. There's no issue, there's no harm, it's just that easy. But of course, you need to be around your device for, you know, this to work. Well, that's all for the video, really. I mean, there's not much to do. I will post an LVN review. Do you guys want an LVN review for the first thing? You know, I mean, come on, it's not really necessary, but I mean, I do have it now, so I can make a review on it. So, you know what? I will do it. I will make an LVN review, because this is the only new limited I've actually had in this limited store. Alright, well, that's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this video helpful. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. And, well, I hope you guys get some good limiteds. Do not, you know, if it's like the last day, you've not got a lot of money, it doesn't matter, because the cheapest limited you can get is still for something like 9 million. This Enzo is for $9 million only. It's quite cheap. If you're grinding for the next 3 days, Enzo is easily in your bars. Actually, I think not only Enzo, but, you know, even, you know, the Ferrari and the Valkyrie, you know, maybe even the Terzo are all within your reach. So don't worry about it. You get it, you know. And that's all for the video. I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys to grind for 10 hours straight. If you want to do that, if you can do that, then do it, you know. But the point is that this game isn't that interesting for you to stay on it for a whole bloody 10 hours a day, you know. And you're also going to exhaust yourself, you know, unnecessarily. It's Christmas time. Spend it with your family. You know, don't spend 10 hours, but, you know, even if you spend 2 or 3 hours, you'll still make a good amount of money. And if you go along what I say, within 3 hours, you can make more than about $10 to $15 million. And that's a big deal, because that means $10, $15 million, and you've got, what, about 6 hours, so 3 more days. So 3 more days, you'll be able to make around, what, something like 30 to even 45, maybe even 50 million, and get around 3 to 4 different limiteds if you're going for the cheap ones. If you're going for the expensive ones, maybe 2. You know, so it's a big deal. Just plan smart, play smart. Do not spend too much time in this game because it's not worth it. Just play efficient. And yeah, well, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.